Good morning, how you doing? Hope you're good. So in today's show we're going to talk about how we can change the mindset from being daunted about having to start working on ourselves to feeling a little bit more optimistic. All right, so welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Borman, and if you are coming through, then please do let me know. So quick question that I want you to answer for me and put it in the comments for me. Get involved. Don't be a lurker. Do you feel daunted sometimes about the prospect of having to work on yourself? Can it feel like it's just a long road ahead and can feel quite overwhelming? How are we doing? So obviously I'm not down the seafront, and I've got my daughter staying with me last night. She didn't fancy being left alone in the house this morning. So I'm just chilling here and doing my morning routine slightly different. It feels weird not being down the seafront, and it's a beautiful morning. Gutted. But anyway, so I want to take you back to like when I did this speed march. We was on training. It was about week 16 of training. And it's like the exercise where we build trenches, right? So we have to learn how to build in-depth defences. So we were wrecked. We were digging all night. It was like physically taxing. And towards the end of it, we had to go for this huge speed march. Now, a speed march is something that it's like a fast-paced walk/run with kit. And usually you used to do speed marches to a certain area ready for battle. And we had done it must have been about 10 miles, something like that. And we went around this corner and we started running down this road. Honestly, this road must have gone on for 2 miles. And when you can see a road and you know you've got to run down there and you're exhausted for 2 miles, just this long ass road, you're just like, oh my god, this is going to take forever. And all you kept on doing is looking at how far away the end of the road was. You can just see it in the distance. So it's kind of demoralizing. That is pretty much how I visualize men in their head when they turn around and say, I've got to do something here with my life, but it's a long road. And that's what they visualize, the 2 mile road. Bang. Oh my god. And all they can see is the very end of the road. I need to lose weight. I need to sort myself out. I need to find some fire in the belly. I need to start raising my game. And they don't do it. And they don't do it simply because the road is too long. It's too far. And the thought of having to go through that whole process really is very daunting. There's lots and lots and lots of hard work there. And a lot of people will not ever start because that path or that road seems too long. And when you visually look at it, it's like, oh my god. But if I was to take that road, grab a ton of cones with some signs and put cones every 500 metres, and every 500 metres I would put 500 metre check-in or checkpoint, 500 metre checkpoint, 500 metre checkpoint. Suddenly we take our eye off the horizon and we just focus on that cone and that sign right in front of us. So suddenly, instead of thinking, oh my god, this journey, this is going to take forever, all we're suddenly down doing is, if I turn around and say, right, I just want you to concentrate and get into the next sign, bang, we suddenly then go from this to this. And that is much more achievable, right? That's less daunting. We become more optimistic and it becomes much more manageable. And that's the key thing, right? So with fat loss or weight loss or whatever, people talk about, oh my god, I've got 2 stone to lose, I've got 3 stone to lose, it's going to take forever. The end of that road is your 3 stone. It's going to take you months. But if you had the attitude of, right, I'm just going to focus on the next pound, all I'm going to do is lose the next pound, that's all I need to do, then you get to work and your first cone with sign is losing that pound. Once you've lost that pound, boom, okay, we're going on to the next pound. So you go on to the next pound. and all you're doing is focus and concentrating on losing that next pound. And you have that mindset and the process, so it becomes, you see quicker wins, and you feel more optimistic, and you feel like you're making more progress. We've now narrowed this down to a 1% win. Okay, that's what we're going to do. That's the approach that we're going to have. Instead of thinking like so too far ahead and keep focusing on that target that's all the way over there and it's going to take that long, I'm just going to focus on the pound at a time. And it's the same with your career, maybe. Instead of thinking, all right, this is where I want to be, like I want to be in that position, I want that promotion. It's a case of just kind of like getting to work and making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do right and well. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I communicate really, really well. Instead of trying to think of the whole package, just think of sub-categories or sub-headings that you become proficient at. And then you suddenly start building up this proficiency, start building up your reputation, start building up your experience. And then before you know it, down the line, you're suddenly in contention for promotion if that's something you want. It's the same with the business. Instead of like getting so stressed out, if it daunts you, the thought of having to go far, how far you've got to do and how much you've got to do, just start getting that momentum and building momentum by putting your cones in place, your checkpoints in place. And that will stop the thought or the thoughts of being so daunted, so overwhelmed about where to start. How do I start? Am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right? And when you get to a certain point after a certain period of time, what then happens is that you then suddenly become more confident, you're more conditioned, you understand yourself better, you have a better process. And then you can start to improve the system and improve the way that you work. You can then start to push goals a little bit further out because actually you're on the flow, you've got momentum, you're inspiring yourself, you've got some emotional connection to be showing up, right? And I think these things are absolutely crucial. It's about breaking down that 2-mile road to, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? Okay, and that's where it is so important for some people to be able to break it down. I'm a big believer in creating your mission. I'm a big believer in going to stick your stake in the 10-year vision and then reverse engineering that to where we are today. But some people are not in that position mentally. Mentally, they're not there yet. They don't understand that side of things. They don't understand that prospect, that way of thinking, that process. So we have to find a way to get people started. If we fall off the wagon, the 2-mile road back is a long road, right? So you want to break it down until you get to that position. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense because I listen to a lot of guys and just like, oh my God, there's so much work to do. There's so much effort. I just don't know where to start, and it can feel quite daunting and overwhelming. That's where to start. Start creating your cones, right? So, as I've already mentioned this week, it's going to lead me on to if you would like me to be your mentor, your coach in a small group environment. Now, I put this out there. We've got definitely application forms coming through already. This is about working with me right up in pretty much to Christmas, to the start of December, okay, for 12 weeks. You're going to get free access to the next 28-day program, free access to 2 months on the Mastermind. You'll be taken for group coaching sessions at the beginning of each month with me. We've got a prep call coming up at the end of the month where we'll be planning and preparing your 12 weeks and what you're going to be working towards. You'll have access to me Monday to Friday via our WhatsApp group as well, in terms of accountability, checking in with you, communication. And it's a really great opportunity for somebody, for a guy who is ready to upscale, sharpen the sword, change the way that they live in their life, improve the way they live their lifestyle, the mindset, the mentality, the resilience, the character, and their communication with themselves. So it's there's an application form on this link here somewhere, or if you're watching on Instagram, it's on my bio. Check it out. It's an investment on yourself. I can guarantee you're going to get the best out of me, and I'm going to get the best out of you, 100%. So if it's something you want to do, if you need help getting started, if you need help getting back to your best, then go and check it out. Have a great day.